Hi and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a little review on the Reeves gouache. So I picked this up in somewhere in December 2022. I had gone for the USK symposium in India and I picked these up. I have never heard of these before, and I did do a little bit of artwork with these in Goa in December end when I went there for a short holiday, and I had kind of liked them. So after that I misplaced them somewhere, and today finally I found it. So I thought it's time to check these out and see how these are right now, and if they are still good enough to use or if something's wrong with them. So I like the packaging, it's pretty nice, and the rate was pretty good as well. I got the set of I think it has 12 colors inside, and it's just for $4.95, and I have never found this anywhere else, and I'm pretty excited about showing you guys how these colors are. So I ended up tearing the package over here a little bit when I opened it the first time. So this is how the tubes are inside. There are 12. You can see that the white has been used a little bit as compared to most of the other colors. So let me just pick out one and I'll show you the details on it. So it tells over here that it's gouache, and this is another language. I don't know which one it is. And then it tells you the color. This one is a lemon yellow, and it is about 10 ml each, this tube. It does not give other information about its light fastness and all those other details. So there's some extra piece over here. So it doesn't give those kind of details, but let's check out the swatches and let's figure out how they are. So the colors that I have is white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, the medium yellow, brilliant red, leaf green, emerald green, blue lake, ultramarine, crimson, burnt sienna, and black. So what I really like is the color range that this comes in, and you can see that they've given the colors over here. So one interesting thing is one side of it is the pure color and one is when you mix it with white. So that's an interesting packaging style that they have. So let's swatch it out and see if it is worth buying. So I've got this swatch book that I've created to put in the colors of all my watercolors and gouache that I have. So I've written down all the names of the colors inside it and also the brand. So the first color I'm swatching is the lemon yellow, and this is a nice ceramic palette that I absolutely love using for gouache, specifically because when I add water back and try to reactivate, it activates much better than it does on plastic palettes. So when I'm swatching out the first color, I can see that it's pretty opaque. I did not expect this kind of opacity actually with a brand which is very nominal in price, because I've tried a few other brands which are in mid-range or low range and they're pretty terrible. They're not at all very good. And yellow is generally, a safe color because you won't really know if it's opaque or not that opaque. So I'm going to just zoom in and show you the next one, which is the yellow ochre. So let's try and see how this color comes, and this is pretty good as well. So you can see initially I had less water, I had more water, I'm sorry, and it still came out well, and now I have like a nice creamy consistency and still it is beautiful. So this is a very nice swatch that I'm able to create. Hopefully the light fastness is also good of this brand. So let's swatch out the next few colors in a little fast forward motion so that you don't get too bored seeing every color being swatched. Although I'm going to take you through the process of swatching all of them, but in faster motion. So I love creating things with gouache. I like the property that you can layer dark on light, light on dark, and just like it's so versatile. So I really enjoy that. This medium yellow is a color that I like in every gouache set that comes. It's called different names and different brands, and for me I like to call it as mango yellow, and it's one of my favorite yellows to use. I don't like using the lemon yellow at all. I hardly use it. Red is again another favorite, and the red which comes in this set, it's pretty nice. So this is called as the brilliant red, and it's pretty opaque, and you can see that it renders so beautifully. You don't really see any of the paper coming through or patchiness. None of that is there. So that's a nice sign generally in paints. The leaf green hasn't been very good. It's okay, it's average. Maybe it's because it's the first time the paint is squeezed out and maybe it has a lot of that protective liquid along and less of the pigment. It could be that reason, but I noticed that in general both their greens are not that opaque, and it's a very common issue to have in most of the gouache. So that's why it's a good idea to swatch them, because it gives you a very clear picture of how opaque your colors are, so you know how to use them. So when I'm going to be using the greens out of this, I know that I definitely have to add some kind of color along with it, either a little bit of white or some kind of a yellow, and that would really help. So the blue lake is amazing. It's so opaque and so beautiful. So you can see the big contrast between the emerald green and the blue lake. Next is the ultramarine, and in general blues are supposed to be pretty good. Most of the primary colors are generally nice when it comes to gouache, but hopefully they have better greens whenever they make more colors later in future. So last few right now, I've got this particular color has got like a lot of the protective layer which is there, like so much of it. And this crimson looks a little bit like burnt sienna, or like something in between. So imagine if you mix a little bit of crimson along with brown, so you get like this brownish crimson color. And we are going to the last few colors, which is our burnt sienna and then our black. This burnt sienna is also quite nice. In some of the other brands that I have tried, it has not been very good. The colors are generally a little muted, and I like a nice dark brown. I like using brown the way it is, and I want it to be a little versatile, because if it's too light, then I have to add another color, make it a little darker, and then create a lighter shade. So it's a little annoying for me. So I like to have like a good burnt sienna. The black is pretty opaque as well, and I really like all the colors. So this page of my swatch book is so beautiful because it has so many beautiful colors. All the colors are very nice. They do stick to its name, so that way it's pretty good. The white is also nice. It's not very visible on the screen because our paper is also white, but that's how these swatches are. They are really good. So you can see the swatches of Bristol gouache, which I hate, and then there is Winston & Newton, which is again one of my favorites. So this is definitely a very good buy. If you're a beginner, I would 100% suggest you to get these. I hope this video was useful for you, and I will see you soon for the next video. Bye bye.